family claims and states that Meghan had a hysterectomy. How can a woman with a hysterectomy be pregnant? And most of all, why did the royal family, go along with this? And what's going to happen now that this has come out? This is a punishable crime. This is fraud in the highest level.
In a stunning revelation, Meghan Markle's half-sister, Samantha Markle, has exposed shocking truths about Meghan's hidden family, sending shockwaves through the media. Prince Harry, always fiercely protective of his wife, lost his composure as these explosive claims unfolded. What was once a carefully curated royal image is now facing serious questions, and Harry's reaction only adds fuel to the fire. Is he simply defending Meghan, or is there more beneath the surface? What has Samantha revealed that pushed Harry to his breaking point? So, what do you think? Does Samantha's explosive revelation change the way you view Meghan's public persona? Or is this just another chapter in their ongoing drama? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. To help us create more videos and uncover the latest royal drama, please subscribe. A Family Feud Unraveling. Prince Harry has always tried to stand firmly beside Meghan Markle, especially when the pressure around them becomes intense. To many people, he has played the role of her strongest defender, shielding her from public criticism, family attacks, and endless media attention. But that protective wall appeared to shake when Samantha Markle, Meghan's half-sister, began making serious claims about Meghan's past and the family story the public had been told. For years, Meghan's image has been shaped around strength, struggle, reinvention, and survival under pressure. But Samantha's revelations raised uncomfortable questions that many people could no longer ignore. Was there another side to Meghan's story? Were parts of her past being left out? And did Harry know the full picture before he gave up so much to stand by her? What made the situation even more intense was Harry's reaction. He was no longer just defending his wife from strangers online or harsh headlines in the press. This time, the accusations were coming from inside Meghan's own family. That made the drama feel more personal, more painful, and much harder to dismiss. For Harry, Samantha's words seemed to strike at something deeper than reputation. They challenged the image he and Meghan had worked hard to present to the public. They also threatened the emotional story that helped shape their life after leaving royal duties. Suddenly, what once looked like a private family issue had become a public battle, with Harry caught in the middle. The question now is, how far Harry is willing to go to protect Meghan? Will he continue to defend her no matter what is said? Will he confront Samantha's claims directly? Or will the silence from the Sussex camp only make people more curious? This growing family feud is no longer just about Meghan and Samantha. It now touches Harry, the royal family, and the public image the Sussexes have built over the years. Every new claim adds more pressure. Every response or lack of response creates fresh speculation. And as the tension grows, one thing becomes clear. Harry's loyalty to Meghan may be tested like never before. The real question is not only what Samantha has revealed, but what Harry is prepared to risk to keep Meghan's story from falling apart. Harry, who had gone to great lengths to protect and defend his wife, had his trust tested when his sister-in-law made a revelation so accurate it caught him off guard. But what could she have revealed that left Harry feeling unsettled? And could Meghan's family hold a secret so compelling that Harry finds it hard to doubt its authenticity? Let's find out. The hidden truth behind Meghan's rise. Samantha Markle didn't just air the Markle family's dirty laundry, she dropped a bombshell. She claimed that the Meghan Markle we know today isn't the real Meghan, but rather a carefully constructed image designed for public consumption. According to Samantha, Meghan's journey from a modest upbringing to joining the royal family wasn't as straightforward as it seemed. Instead, she suggested it was a carefully crafted narrative, one that required Meghan to sever ties with her own family to maintain the fairy tale-like story. But why would Meghan feel the need to erase so much of her past? Was it because the rags to riches storyline, the one that captivated the world, demanded a dramatic transformation? Or did Meghan consciously choose to distance herself from her roots as part of a broader strategy to protect her image, particularly as she stepped into the royal spotlight? Samantha's accusations add a new layer to the story of Meghan's rise to fame. The image of Meghan, the self-made woman, overcoming obstacles and reaching the pinnacle of British royalty, has been part of her public appeal. But what if that image wasn't entirely accurate? What if, in pursuit of a clean, powerful narrative, Meghan decided to cut ties with parts of her life that didn't fit the fairy tale she was selling? Was her family simply too messy to be part of the picture she wanted the world to see? This raises an important question. How far is too far when it comes to shaping your own story? In Meghan's case, it seems that some relationships, particularly with her family, were sacrificed for the sake of that perfect royal narrative. But the fallout from that choice has now spilled into the public eye, leaving Meghan's story in a more complicated light. Is this the true cost of fame and royal life? Having to create a version of yourself that may not be fully honest to preserve your public persona? And did Meghan's desire to protect her royal image and the life she built with Harry ultimately lead to cutting out pieces of her past that no longer served her new narrative? As more details emerge from Samantha Markle's claims, it's clear that the truth behind Meghan's rise to royalty is more tangled than anyone imagined. According to Samantha, Meghan's rise from a humble background to royalty was a carefully crafted story, and cutting ties with her family was part of selling that narrative. But will the public accept this new, surprising version of events? And how will Harry react to such a claim about his wife? Now, let's dive into Harry's emotional response. Meghan's public persona under fire. As Samantha Markle's accusations continued to gain traction, the public's view of Meghan Markle began to change. The carefully crafted outsider persona Meghan had sold to the world, someone who had risen above her humble beginnings and battled against the odds, was now under scrutiny. Was this image of Meghan, the woman who rejected her family and embraced royalty, really a reflection of her true self? Or was it just a clever public relations strategy designed to fit a story that the public could buy into? As the drama unfolded, Harry's reaction to his sister-in-law's explosive claims was emotional and passionate. It was clear that his loyalty to Meghan was unwavering, and he wanted to defend her at all costs. However, his response raised more questions than answers. Was he truly in the dark about his wife's past? Or was his blind loyalty blinding him to potential truths? While Harry's love and support for Meghan are undeniable, his reaction also hinted that there might be cracks starting to form in his belief system. Could it be that deep down, Harry is beginning to question everything he's been told? Has the perfect image of Meghan that he's held on to for so long been shattered by these new revelations? As more details come to light, the complexities of their relationship are starting to show. Meghan's past, and the choices she made to distance herself from her family, are no longer just family matters. They're issues that could impact her marriage and the life she's built with Harry. The tension is mounting. The question now is whether Harry will continue to stand by Meghan without hesitation, or if these new revelations will make him take a closer look at the reality of their situation. As Meghan's carefully constructed image faces new challenges, so does Harry's unwavering support. The emotional weight of this ongoing drama is heavy, and the public is left wondering how much longer the couple's picture-perfect story can remain intact. With Samantha's accusations echoing through the media and Harry's emotional response adding fuel to the fire, one thing is clear: Meghan's carefully curated image and Harry's unwavering loyalty are now facing a pivotal moment. Will they survive the scrutiny, or will the cracks continue to deepen? The truth behind the Markle family drama is just beginning to unfold, and the world is watching closely. Rather than boldly defending his wife in the face of his in-laws' shocking revelations, Harry's emotions betrayed him, as the facts presented were too strong to counter. But could Meghan's approach to her past have been designed to protect this hidden, uncomfortable truth? What efforts has she made in the past that suggest she's been relentless in protecting her honor? Let's uncover the shocking details. Meghan's fight for privacy. Meghan Markle has always been a strong advocate for privacy, especially since her marriage to Prince Harry. She's spoken out many times about wanting to protect her family from the invasive spotlight of the media. But as more details about her past begin to surface, one question keeps coming up. Is Meghan's insistence on privacy truly about shielding her loved ones? Or is it part of a bigger strategy to control the narrative surrounding her life? For years, Meghan has painted a picture of herself as someone who values her family's privacy above all else, arguing that the constant media attention has been a serious burden. But as new information about her family, her royal exit, and her personal choices start to emerge, her story of privacy begins to look more complicated. Some are starting to wonder whether her efforts to keep certain aspects of her life hidden are more about maintaining a certain public image, rather than protecting her family. With each revelation, the contradictions in Meghan's narrative become harder to ignore. She has worked hard to position herself as a woman who values privacy and autonomy. Yet the very public way in which she and Harry have shared personal details about their lives raises eyebrows. It's clear that Meghan has mastered the art of media strategy, but the question is, how long can she continue to sell the story of privacy when so many of her actions seem to contradict it? As her past with her family becomes more public and the details of her departure from royal life come to light, Meghan's carefully crafted story faces new challenges. Her fight for privacy might have once seemed like a fight for freedom, but now it's beginning to look like part of a much larger effort to control how her life is perceived by the world. The real question is whether Meghan can continue to convince the public that she's genuinely fighting for her family's privacy, or whether the growing contradictions in her story will eventually catch up with her. As more layers of the truth are revealed, Meghan's narrative of privacy might begin to unravel, leaving the public to question whether her fight for privacy was truly about protection or just another way to shape her own image. Beyond Meghan's insistence on keeping her family story private to control the narrative, can privacy truly be guaranteed when you're married into one of the most influential families in the world? Or could this be the reason she chose to live far away from them? Did she make this decision to shield herself from media scrutiny, fearing revelations like this one? Let's find out. The royal exit. Harry and Meghan's decision to step away from their royal duties was initially seen as a brave, fresh start, an opportunity to create their own path outside the royal spotlight. But while their exit was widely celebrated, the real reasons behind it have remained veiled in secrecy, leaving many to speculate about their true motivations. Samantha Markle's public revelations have now forced people to ask a difficult question. Was their departure genuinely about seeking privacy and freedom? Or was it a strategic move designed to break away from the royal family's past and create a new, more marketable story for themselves? From the outside, it appeared as though Meghan and Harry were simply trying to escape the relentless media scrutiny that had overshadowed their lives. But Samantha's claims have cast a shadow over that narrative, suggesting that the couple's decision wasn't just about protecting their family from the press. It may have also been about distancing themselves from the very institution that had once been their foundation. By stepping away from royal life, were they seeking independence? Or were they intentionally trying to craft a new, more appealing narrative that would resonate with a broader audience? As the fallout from their royal exit continues to unfold, it's becoming clear that Harry's loyalty to Meghan is being tested in ways he never anticipated. The man who once stood by his wife, fiercely defending her against critics and press attacks, is now facing a growing number of questions about their decision to leave the royal family. As new details emerge about the couple's plans and actions, Harry's unwavering support is being scrutinized, and the pressure to reconcile his deep loyalty to Meghan with the reality of their choices is intensifying. The more we learn about Harry and Meghan's exit, the more complex their story becomes. Was it truly about freedom and privacy, or was it a calculated effort to reshape their identities outside the constraints of royal expectations? And how much of their personal narrative is being shaped for the cameras and their growing brand? Harry's devotion to Meghan is clear, but the unfolding drama suggests that even the strongest bonds may face challenges when placed under the weight of public scrutiny and the need to maintain control over a carefully constructed image. Meghan has been accused of distancing herself from the royal family to avoid scrutiny and the exposure of her family secrets. But could there be more to her decision to live abroad rather than enjoying the luxury of palace life? Was there a larger strategy at play, with her choosing a residence far from Britain to execute it? Let's uncover the shocking allegations, the buried secrets. The rumors surrounding Meghan's pregnancies have gone from lighthearted gossip to something much more explosive, something that could rock the monarchy to its very foundations. Enter DL, a woman who claims to have been directly involved in the royal births and has come forward with chillingly specific details. These revelations have raised a massive question. Was Meghan's public pregnancy really as it appeared, or is there a much more complicated story behind the birth of her children, one that may involve secrecy, legal threats, and even the possibility of surrogacy? For months, the details of Meghan's pregnancies have been the subject of constant speculation, but DL's claims take the story to a whole new level. She's not just hinting at vague rumors. She's offering detailed accounts that paint a picture of a much more controlled and potentially secretive process than the public has been led to believe. Could it be that the pregnancies we saw in the media were not truly Meghan's? Or is there something more behind the scenes that's been carefully hidden from the public? If these accusations turn out to be true, the consequences could be enormous, not just for Meghan, but for the royal family as a whole. Meghan's carefully crafted narrative of motherhood, which has played a central role in her public persona, could crumble in an instant. It would raise serious questions about everything we've been told about her life, her role in the royal family, and the lengths to which the monarchy may go to protect its image. If it turns out Meghan didn't carry her own children, it would completely shake the story we've been told. It would raise unsettling questions. Why keep such a secret, and who helped hide it? With the royal family's reputation at stake, did they go to extreme lengths to protect Meghan's image? This revelation could uncover far more than just a personal secret. It could expose the lengths the royals might have taken to craft a perfect public persona. As these explosive allegations continue to make headlines, the world waits to see how Meghan and the royal family will respond. Will they deny or explain these claims, or will the silence speak louder than words? If the truth comes out, the fallout could be earth-shattering, shaking the very foundation of the monarchy and the public's perception of the Sussexes. Meghan was accused of using surrogacy instead of going through the traditional birth process. But could such a serious allegation be true? How could something so sensitive happen within the royal family without public knowledge? Were royal protocols bypassed in any way? And what circumstances surrounded the birth of her child? Let's unravel the intriguing details. Breaking royal tradition. Meghan Markle's approach to childbirth was drastically different from that of her sister-in-law, Kate Middleton, who appeared on the steps of the Lindo Wing just hours after giving birth. Meghan, valuing her privacy, chose a more low-key, secluded experience, even planning to give birth to Archie at Frogmore Cottage. However, things didn't go as planned. When Archie was born overdue, Meghan's plans quickly shifted. Reports revealed that instead of the peaceful home birth she envisioned, Meghan was rushed to a private hospital in London, altering her carefully thought-out plan. This unexpected turn added another layer to Meghan's quest for privacy. This break from royal tradition didn't go unnoticed and was met with criticism. The delayed announcement of Archie's birth raised many questions. The public was kept waiting for several hours before any information was released, which caused some to speculate about what was really happening behind closed doors. Adding to the controversy, the Sussexes chose not to follow the usual tradition of a public photo call right after the birth, a moment that has become a hallmark for the royal family. Instead, Meghan and Harry opted for privacy, which led many to accuse them of stage managing the event to create their own narrative. Meghan's choice to break from royal tradition sparked intense debates about the royal family's transparency. Many began to question whether the couple's push for privacy was a well-planned move, designed to control their own narrative. Some felt Meghan's refusal to follow royal protocols wasn't just about privacy, but about distancing themselves from the traditional royal image and asserting their desire for independence. Their reluctance to share such personal details with the public seemed to clash with the monarchy's usual openness after royal births, leaving many wondering about their true motivations behind this unconventional approach. This shift in how Meghan and Harry handled Archie's arrival raised uncomfortable questions about the couple's relationship with the media and the royal family. Was it an attempt to protect their family from the constant scrutiny, or was it a calculated move to build their brand and rewrite the traditional narrative? Meghan's choice to keep things private, while understandable to some, left others questioning whether it was a challenge to the monarchy's long-standing public expectations. Aside from breaking royal tradition and keeping Meghan's delivery private, was the pregnancy that led to the birth of her baby also carefully planned? What exactly did the public observe during that period? Were there signs that made people question whether everything was as it appeared? Now, let's delve into Meghan's pregnancy mystique. The public's growing doubts. The fascination with the royal family has always been strong, but as rumors and theories about Meghan Markle's pregnancies continue to spread, more and more people are beginning to question what's really going on behind the polished public images. Meghan's carefully curated public appearances during her pregnancies only seem to fuel the suspicions. Observers pointed to what they believed were inconsistencies in the size and movement of her baby bump, sparking widespread speculation. Some critics dismiss the inconsistencies surrounding Meghan's pregnancy as nothing more than unfounded rumors or mere gossip without any real basis. Yet, with each new piece of footage, every photo shared, these theories seem to gain more momentum. Why is Meghan's pregnancy under such intense scrutiny? What makes people feel the need to question every detail of her life? Could there be more to her pregnancy than she's letting on? Or is this just the price of fame and the constant public gaze that comes with being part of the royal family? Let's dig deeper into this mystery. The theories surrounding Meghan's pregnancy have grown beyond just whispers in the tabloids. They've become a topic of public debate. People are now analyzing every detail, from the size of her bump at different stages to how she carried herself in certain photos and videos. For some, this is just part of the fascination with royal life, where nothing is ever as perfect or as straightforward as it seems. But for others, it's something deeper, a feeling that the images they've seen don't match up with the reality of what's happening behind the scenes. As the rumors spread, more questions continue to arise. Was Meghan really pregnant with her own child, or were there other factors at play? Could she have used a surrogate, as some people speculate? And if so, why keep such a secret, especially when the public is so invested in every part of her life? The growing tension between public curiosity and Meghan's control over her image has only added fuel to the fire. The more footage and images that are released, the stronger the theories grow, making it harder to separate fact from fiction. So, the question remains, are these just unfounded rumors, or is there something more to Meghan's pregnancy story that the public has yet to uncover? With every new development, the intrigue continues to build. Beyond the uncertainty surrounding Meghan's pregnancy and the birth of her child, which has unsettled the public, what future lies ahead for Meghan and Harry? Can the brand they've built still regain public trust and support? And can they remain a formidable couple after these revelations? Let's find out. The struggle to rebuild trust. As the drama within the Markle family continues to heat up, Harry and Meghan find themselves facing a critical moment. The royal brand they once carefully crafted and built with glamour and promise is now hanging by a thread, as public trust in them seems to erode with every passing day. The mix of accusations from family members, rumors surrounding their pregnancies, and their strategic silence on key issues has left many questioning whether they can ever rebuild the faith of the public. Harry's emotional and vocal defense of Meghan, while understandable from a husband's perspective, has only seemed to deepen the divide. His passionate support has made it clear that he is loyal to her, but it has also intensified the gap between what the couple says and what the public believes. Meghan and Harry have often portrayed themselves as victims of media and family attacks, but each new piece of the puzzle that emerges only adds layers to the story, leaving people uncertain about what's really happening behind closed doors. For many, the couple's silence in the face of mounting speculation and accusations has been a double-edged sword. On one hand, it suggests a desire to maintain privacy and avoid further drama. On the other hand, it allows the media and critics to fill in the gaps with their own narratives. The longer they stay quiet, the more questions grow, and the more the public's skepticism deepens. This has made it harder for Harry and Meghan to control their own story, and the trust they once enjoyed with their supporters is quickly slipping away. The growing rumors about their pregnancies, constant family feuds, and the contradictions between their public and private lives have cast serious doubt on Harry and Meghan's future. What was once a carefully crafted image of a progressive, private family dedicated to charity and activism is now being questioned by a flood of conflicting reports and accusations. Each new revelation, whether confirmed or not, slowly erodes the image they've worked tirelessly to create, leaving the world to wonder if the truth will ever be fully revealed. As the truth behind their royal exit and personal lives continues to unfold, Harry and Meghan find themselves at a crossroads. Can they ever regain the public's faith, or is the damage done? Their future is uncertain, with both their royal past and their carefully curated public persona now under intense scrutiny. The couple must decide how to navigate this storm, and whether they can rebuild the trust that once seemed unshakable. Their next steps will determine whether they can salvage their reputation or whether the weight of the drama will overshadow their future. So, what do you think about Samantha's revelation about Meghan's secret? Can Harry ever truly trust her again after this? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.